Well, what's going to happen if Tyson Fury wins? You funky? You have dreams of undisputed. Dream. Like that was Beep's song back when he was like in his 20s, right?
That's right.
Oh man, keep him up, keep him above the belt. All right.
Whenever I want to, all I want to do is free. Go ahead.
No, I do have dreams of undisputed at heavyweight.
With the last week we covered what if Wilder wins, but now let's turn the tables. And what if it's a draw? I'll explain. What if Tyson Fury wins this fight? What will the aftermath entail? What will happen afterwards? What will Tyson Fury do?
Tyson Fury is so unpredictable, and because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if he went on hiatus again. It took like 2 years off again. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, like almost going to a mini retirement. That's definitely a possibility, because I just think the whole thing with Anthony Joshua, the negotiations, the egos, I think they're just going to get in the way. I am not 100% sure that unification fight does happen. I just think he may go on a hiatus.
Man, you think he's gonna go on a hiatus, bro? After winning the fight, like you don't think we're gonna get a fourth fight, babe?
No, hiatus.
No, okay, all right.
Hiatus, vacation, Bahamas.
All right.
Wait, unfortunately, it's been many moons since we've had an undisputed champion at heavyweight. But man, I hate to doubt Beeb, because he was right about the other situation with AJ and Fury. So, I'm gonna value his opinion for sure on this one. I just don't know if that would be the best idea for Tyson Fury to go off and go on vacation again. Seeing that he's had trouble with addiction and things like that in the past. I think the best thing for him, if he's planning on being the heavyweight champion of the world, is to stay active. Stay as active as possible. Stay in the gym. Stay fighting. This way, you can stay away from those kind of things. So I hope that he does go for undisputed. And man, it's just been so long. I really do want it to happen, but boxing, they never give us what we want. But we'll see, man. I just want him to stay more active than anything.
Wow. Logic tells me that Tyson Fury wins this fight and boxes the brakes off of Deontay Wilder. However, I have a little bit of a conflict of interest in terms of I'm going to contradict myself here a little bit. I still think that neutralizer, that power, the game changer that Deontay Wilder has to bring to the table can definitely neutralize Tyson Fury. Now, if Fury wins, to answer that question, what does he do next? I think Anthony Joshua is the most logical thing. It makes the most financial sense. Can they make it happen? Who do I think would win that fight? That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. I think that we might get a fourth fight here between Wilder and Fury. Like, think about, Pacquiao and Marquez. That happened, right? And there were close fights. And obviously the second fight with Wilder and Fury was not close at all. Wilder had nothing to bring to the table. But he seems like, guys, I'm going to ask you guys a question, and anyone could take this and field this. I think that Wilder looks pretty damn good. Like, he's changed a couple things. Does anyone agree with that?
I don't. I have nothing to base that off of.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are not feeling that.
Well,
no,
I think what's changed. If I can jump in. I think what's changed. So I think I know what you're saying, right? I think what's changed is perhaps just the way he's presenting himself to the fans, the way he's presenting himself and being more visible, and like his visibility has taken possibly a turn for like the better, right? He's not in the news and media for a bunch of the shit he used to do. Like now it's, he's being fun, and we saw him in the fights earlier, just kind of joking around with the commentators. So like he's being more visible dare I say, perhaps a little bit more lighthearted. So I think he's changed, in that respect. In terms of, has he changed from a physical standpoint? Possibly, but not really. I mean, you're still seeing him a bit out of shape. I'd like to see him in better shape than what he is, and it's like he had the time to do it. So that's the one thing coming into the fight, right? Is did he take this next fight seriously enough to get fit and everything else?
Fury, man. If Fury wins, he goes right for Joshua. That's what should have happened before anyway. I don't really see anywhere else for him to go. Joshua or the WWE. Right? One of the I mean, there's nothing else left for him to do but go 4-belt undisputed.
Right. Okay. But do you believe it'll happen? Do you think he'll actually do the fight with Joshua?
Look, I think for 4-belt undisputed at the heavyweight division, what I really think is predicated on is Joshua beating Usyk. I don't even think it matters if Wilder wins or if Fury wins. It leaves too much money on the table for boxing not to make that fight happen. Mm-hmm. Both of those fights are just as huge. I don't care what anybody says, because if Wilder wins, now it's an American heavyweight versus a British heavyweight, it's going to be a massive fight. If Fury wins, it's going to be a massive fight, the biggest fight in boxing either way. At this time, bro. Okay.
So if Fury wins, you know what? I have a hard time believing that he will go straight to an Anthony Joshua fight. And I'm basing this off of the fact that I just don't see a pattern with Fury where he takes on 2 back-to-back elite fighters like that. He's never done it in his career. This is the first time he'll be defending his belt if the fight happens. First time in his entire career. An entire career of this dude, right? So at the very least, he'll be taking some tune-ups, maybe a Dillian White fight or something like that, but I don't think we get undisputed in the year 2022. I don't. Later this year or 2022. I don't think it happens. And we might get the fight, but I think by then it'll be like Dragon Ball, man. All the belts will be spread out, in my opinion. Just like
I gotta agree with you, Eric.
Right? But it was going to happen, though, right? So before,
I don't think it was.
Was it?
So.
I mean,
that's my question. Was Joshua Fury going to happen? I mean, that was.
I don't think it was going to happen.
Yes, it was, B.
No, it wasn't.
B got inside.
It was never going to happen. Trust me. I can guarantee.
It's coming from a place that I don't know.
I can guarantee you for a fact it was never going to happen.